We'll begin at the top of our mat, standing with our feet about hip width apart. Allow your awareness to draw into the soles of your feet, lift through your toes, and focus on 3 points on the bottom of each foot. Under the big toe in the big toe mound, under the pinky toe in the pinky toe mound, and in the center of your heel. These will be our 3 points for grounding into the earth. The rest of the foot should be relaxed and soft. Then allow the toes of the foot to gently come down, relaxing into your mat. Allow your awareness to move up the body. Allow the knees to be soft so that they stack over top of your ankles. And then allow the hips to stack over top of your knees, your shoulders stacking over top of your hips, and feel the crown of your head reach upward towards the ceiling, allowing the neutral spine to become long. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the jaw. Let the hands rest down by the sides. Standing tall and feeling supported through the feet. Allow your eyes to close if it feels safe. Connect to your breath within. Notice your natural breathing and what it feels like inside your own body. Connect your awareness to your emotions, to your thoughts, noticing all the things that you are bringing to your mat today. Allow your attention to come to your heart space and notice if there's a word of intention that you would like to set for your practice. Connect to your heart's deepest desire, finding that word of intention and letting your mind and your breath move this intention in and out of your body. As you inhale, draw the intention in. As you exhale, let the intention move out with the out-breath, moving into the space around you so you are fully enveloped in your own intention. And then allow the attention to come to the breath, and we'll begin to deepen the breath for practice. So as you inhale in, begin to draw the air in and downward into the low belly, into the space underneath your belly button, taking a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, let the exhale move back and up and out the nose, soft and smooth. Begin to continue to lengthen the inhale, nice and slow, moving into the low belly. And as you exhale, allow the length of the exhale to match the length of your inhale, slow and intentional. Begin to find a rhythm for your breath that is full and nourishing for your practice. When you have found the rhythm for your breath, gently open your eyes and find a focus point for your eyes to rest on. Once you have found your focus point and have connected to your internal balance, we will shift the weight into the left foot, gently taking a step back with the right, letting the right foot rest on the ball of the foot. We will begin to move the right foot in ankle circles, churning the ankle 10 times in one direction. When When you've completed the 10 circles, we will do 10 circles in the opposite direction. After the 10 turnings in the right foot, we will bring the right foot back forward, placing it beside the left, coming back into our standing pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here, using that rhythm of breath in your body. Then begin to switch the weight into the right foot, stepping the left foot back, resting on the ball of the left foot. Finding balance, begin to do ankle circles with the left foot. Counting all the way up to 10. And when you've reached 10 in one direction, begin to circle in the opposite direction for another 10. When that is complete, step your left foot back forward, placing it beside the right. Allow the weight to redistribute between both feet. Allowing your attention to come all the way up to the head, resting on the top of the spine. We will begin to draw small circles with the tip of your nose, beginning to rotate the head on top of the neck. Gradually, you can begin to make the circles wider and wider. And then slowly begin to make the circles smaller. Coming all the way back to center. When the head comes back to center and it rests in stillness, take a breath here. And then begin your circles, small at first, in the opposite direction. Gradually allow the circles to become smaller, eventually coming back to stand still in the center. When the head comes back to center in stillness, we'll begin to draw our attention into the shoulders and begin to make circles with the shoulders in the shoulder girdle, coming in and down and around up front. And as you exhale, letting the shoulder blades slide down the back, down towards the ground, and then rolling forward again, making 10 circles with the shoulders in this direction. When you've completed your 10 full circles, allow the shoulders to rest. Stay connected with breath. Breathe. And on your next breath, this time the shoulders will roll back and up towards the ears and then down around the front, moving 10 circles in the opposite direction. After your 10 circles, allow your shoulders to rest in stillness. Connect back to your breath and breathe. Next, bring the palms of your hands together at your heart, clasping the fingers together. Lift the elbows up so that they are parallel with the shoulders and the forearms are drawn together. Begin to use the index finger and the thumb to extend out from the hands so that the index fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. Using the index fingers, begin to draw figure eights on the ceiling so that your hands begin to roll and we begin to roll through the wrist joints. And then, without thinking too much about it, begin to draw your figure eights in the opposite direction. Slowly start to slow the wrist circles down, coming back to stillness. Gently release the hands back down to the sides, giving the fingers a bit of a wiggle. Allowing the arms to rest down at the sides, keeping the hips forward. As you inhale, draw both arms out to the sides. As you exhale, your right arm is going to swing in front of the body and the left arm is going to swing behind the body, twisting to the left. As you inhale, come back to center, drawing both arms out to the sides. And as you exhale, the left arm will move in front of the body and the right arm will move behind the body, twisting to the right. Keep flowing, twisting from side to side, using every inhale to come back through center, and every exhale twisting to the opposite side. Gently begin to let the arms relax, coming back down to the sides, keeping the chest and the hips facing forward. Begin to rotate the hips on top of the femurs, keeping the chest pointed straight and the spine long and neutral. We'll begin to move the hips around in one direction first, circling them 10 times. And then after the 10 rotations, we'll begin to shift the hips around in the opposite direction on top of the femurs for another 10 churnings. After the 10 churnings, Gently begin to slow the rotation in the hips, coming back to stillness. Begin to heel-toe your feet closer together so that the big toes and the big toe mounds are touching and the heels are slightly spread apart. You will find your legs rotate slightly inward. Gently begin to bend through the knees until the legs and thighs are touching. Bring the hands down so that the fingers are pointing into the inside of the thighs. Begin to rest into the tops of the thighs gently and begin to circle the legs on top of the ankles in 10 churnings in one direction. After the 10 churnings in the one direction, pause, and then begin the churnings circling in the other direction. After the 10 churnings, come back to center. Press into the thighs, gently roll all the way up to standing. We'll heel toe the feet outward to bring the feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Finding a nice wide stance for balance. We'll begin to ripple through the spine, coming into a motion called Serpa, meaning serpent. Standing tall, we'll bend slightly through the knees, let the shoulders round slightly forward. And for this particular motion, you're leading the body in a certain order forward. So starting with the knees, push the knees forward, then the hips, then the chest, and then the chin. Slowly rolling back forward into our starting position. Knees, hips, chest, chin, rolling through the spine. Continue to move in this motion, flowing through with your breath. And then slowly begin to slow down, gently rolling up the spine, coming all the way back up to standing. Bring the feet back closer together to our original standing position with the arms at the sides, the bones of the body stacked for support, and the crown reaching upward. Connect back with your breath. When you've connected back to the rhythm of your breath, as you inhale, draw the arms out to the sides, reaching with the fingertips, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the palms together, draw the hands down through your heart center as you exhale. Flow here with this open arm motion. As you inhale, arms reach out and around. Exhale, hands reach down through heart center. As you continue with this flow, we'll add an extra component. So as you inhale, reaching the fingertips out and around, reaching up for the ceiling. As you exhale and the palms come together, begin to bend through your knees, setting your hips back so that your knees stack over top of your ankles. As you exhale, begin to lower the hips down, coming into a bit of a chair squat. As you inhale, pressing through the feet, allow the arms to swim out to the sides, reaching all the way back up, pressing tall. Exhale, sinking back into your chair. On your next exhale, as you begin to sink into the chair, bringing the hands down to the heart, continue to exhale, reaching the hands towards the floor as your torso comes to rest on the thighs. Lifting the hips up, let your entire torso hang forward in a forward fold. Breathe here, let the knees be soft. Maybe gently shift the weight from foot to foot, gently rocking through the low back. Come back to stillness. Bring the palms of your hands either to the shins or the thighs, and as you inhale, lift the torso up halfway, leading with the crown of the head. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale and the air leaves the low belly, gently let yourself ripple forward, coming all the way back into that forward fold. Inhale, hands come to shins or thighs, lifting up halfway, leading with the crown. Exhale, folding forward. Keep flowing with your breath. The next time you fold forward, bend the knees deep, plant the palms of your hands onto the ground, and one knee at a time come down to kneeling. Allow yourself to come in a stable position by spreading the palms wide, bringing the wrists under the elbows and the elbows lined up under the shoulders, the knees line up under the hips. The crown of your head extends forward, reaching forward as the tail moves behind you, drawing a nice elongated neutral spine. Stay connected to your breath flow here. On your next exhale, tuck your tail under, let your spine draw up towards the ceiling as your head gently hangs, resting in between the arms, looking at the thighs. As you inhale, lift your tail up towards the ceiling. Let your belly fill as it dips towards the earth, and then lift your heart and chin forward. Exhale, tail tucks, spine lifts, head hangs. Inhale, tail lifts, belly fills towards the earth, heart and chin lift forward. Keep moving with your breath. On your next inhale, come back to that neutral, stable position. Crown drawing forward, tail extending back. As you exhale, move the right hip out to the side and turn your head to gaze over the right shoulder back at the right hip, bending into the right side body. As you inhale, come back to center. Elongate through the neutral spine, crown pressing forward, tail pressing back. As you exhale, move the left hip out to the left, turning the head to the left to look over the left shoulder at the left hip, bending into the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, move to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, move to the left. Keep flowing with your breath. Completing this flow one more time from side to side, ending on the left. Inhale, come back to center, and gently begin to let your hips move back towards your heels, bending through your torso, letting it rest on top of your thighs. Bring the palms of the hands either down beside the body or stacking them underneath the forehead. Let yourself rest in our child's pose. Draw the palms of your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, round your spine as you press into the palms, gently rolling up. Walk the hands over to one side, letting yourself slide onto that hip, letting the legs slide out and around to move into seated on your mat. Bend your knees, plant the soles of your feet on the mat. Bring the hands behind the backs of the thighs. Tuck your chin in towards your chest to round your spine and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll all the way down to recline. With the knees bent and the soles of the feet on the mat, gently begin to draw one knee at a time up into your chest, hugging both in and gently rocking from side to side. Slowly lower the soles of the feet down to the mat, spreading the feet wide apart out to the edges of the mat. Draw your arms out to the sides, allowing the shoulder blades to lie flat into the mat on the floor. As you exhale, let the knees flow down to one side. As you inhale, bring them back up to center, and as you exhale, let them flow over to the other side, gently windshield wiping the legs back and forth. Slowly bring the knees back up to center. Heel toe the feet closer together. We will be moving into integration, and so if you have no low back concerns, allow the legs to slide out, extending out on the mat, bringing the feet out to the outside corners of the long edge of your mat. Allowing the arms to come down closer to the sides of the body, but still extended out from the hips. Let the shoulder blades rest into the earth. If you have low back concerns, keep the knees bent, but walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Let the toes turn inward and the heels move outward, and allow the knees to move inward to rest against each other, to support each other, and let the muscles and tissues relax. Whatever pose you choose to land in, find some stillness and breathe. Come back to that connection between thoughts and emotions, noticing what's present now. Come back to your breath, letting go of that breath that we shaped for practice. Let your body breathe naturally. Come back to your heart space. Come back to your intention that you set for practice. And for 3 full breaths, we'll breathe the intention into the body with the inhale. And as you exhale, let it move out with the exhale into the space around you. So once again, you are fully enveloped in your own intention. After your 3rd breath, let the intention go too, and just rest here, noticing the inhales and the exhales of your natural breath. I'll bring you back in a moment or two. Take 3 more deep, full breaths here. Gently begin to wiggle through your fingers, wiggle through your toes. Give a nice long stretch. Gently roll to your side body, left or right, whatever side. Let the arm that's underneath support your head and neck. Bring the hand that's on top into the floor around your heart space. Pressing into that palm, tuck your chin gently round your spine and come all the way up to seated. Sitting together, we'll find that nice long spine once again. Extending the crown upward, relaxing through the shoulders. Draw your awareness back to your natural breath. Connecting to that breath rhythm, we'll inhale together for a round of Om to seal our practice. Inhaling in. Om. Namaste.